Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Kylie Cosmetics Kylighters. I got all 6 of them, and they arrived. It took a long time for them to arrive, about a week before they actually got shipped out, and I got them when they first launched. So this is all 6, and I've only swatched them, but I wanted to do a first impressions because I feel like it's really big that Kylie has started to put out highlighters, because highlighters are very in right now. So many different companies are bringing out highlighters, and I really wanted to see how her highlighters were because her brand is like very coveted right now, and like everybody is really into Kylie Cosmetics and Kylie Jenner, so I thought why not, this would be a great video to do on her new highlighters for those who are very iffy about purchasing them and wanting to know more about them. This is my first time actually putting them on my face. I have swatched them beforehand when I first got them, but I wanted to do a video like I said. So I'm going to show you one. This one is called Banana Split, and this is just like a cardboard packaging, I believe, and these are $22, and these do come with a little mini mirror, and then it comes with the product itself. And then the box that it comes with is like a little plastic box as well. Not plastic, sorry. Like a paper cardboard box, so nothing special, and you can see that, I don't know if you can see, but it says like it says Kylie. And in the back it says Kylie Jenner Pressed Illuminator Powder, and this box is the cotton candy cream one. So like I said, these are $22, and when I first saw that these, that she started putting out swatches and like videos and pictures of them, a lot of people were concerned that they looked very glittery and gritty, which to me is not the case, because when I was swatching them, they didn't, I didn't feel no glitter or no like grittiness or anything to them. So they're like kind of smooth. They have that dripping like deco that she has in her brand. They're very smooth to the touch, but when I was looking at her swatches that she did, these looked very pigmented when she did the hand swatches, and for mine, I'm not getting the same like effect. I'm like rubbing it a few times, and it's not as like bright and dramatic as her swatches were. And of course, like, I don't know how many times she swatched them, but it seems like it's a little harder for me to get any type of like swatch. This is me having swatched my finger in and rubbing it like multiple times, and I truly, you can barely see anything. Like, not a lot of product has come off on my hand. So that one is Banana Split, and then I got Strawberry Shortcake, which is really pretty pink packaging, and it looks like this. So it's like a pink highlighter, and let me see if this swatch is the same. This one is a little bit better. They're not, I feel like they might have been pressed a little too hard, so the highlighters aren't translating as well as they did on hers. This one is a little better. You can see it a little better just because this one is more of a pink tone, and you can see a little glisten, but this is kind of the same thing. I haven't put them on my face yet, but this is like my initial reaction to them, just because they're $22 and they don't really have a lot of payoff. And I know I've like read somewhere that she doesn't want these to be like the dramatic highlights. She wanted these to be like the traditional highlights that aren't blinding, aren't metallic, or anything like that. But with her swatches, that's what it looked like. She wanted them to be like metallic, blinding, and whatever, like the highlights that are coming out now. But as I'm swatching them, they look more subtle and not like dramatic and like as pigmented as her swatches were going through on Snapchat and the pictures. And then this one is Cotton Candy Cream, which looks like this. And this one, I can tell that it's a lot softer than the last 2 that I've swatched, as you can tell once you start like digging your finger in. This one right here is Cotton Candy Cream. Like I said, I'll do better swatches, but I just really wanted to show you guys that it's, I don't know how many times that she might have like swatched her finger into them and reapplied the swatches, but it's not coming off the same as her Snapchats. Like, you can't even see that they're on my finger, and I'm pretty pale, so I don't have any self-tan right now. I'm like a ghost. So I don't know how I feel about it right now. I will definitely have to try them on my face first. And then this is Chocolate Cherry, which is one of her darker shades. Looks like that. They all look the same. I did get all of them just because I thought if it didn't work on my... Okay, Chocolate Cherry, it does come off a little better. It's It's right there. It swatches a lot better than the other shades I've tried. The lighter shades are a little harder. I just am really surprised because in her Snapchats and the pictures that she's been posting, they're very, very, very pigmented in the swatches, but as I'm swatching them, I don't see anything close to what she was like promoting. And then this is Salted Caramel, and this is kind of like a goldy champagne. Yeah, this one is Salted Caramel right here. You can kind of see it. These ones are showing up a lot better than the previous lighter ones, which is good, but I feel like they all should be like consistent in swatches and everything. This is French Vanilla, which is I believe her lightest shade. One feels a little bit more like creamy. The first three felt like kind of dry. And this one right here is French Vanilla, which you can kind of see. So as for my first impressions, I truly am disappointed just because from her swatches they looked super pigmented and super blinding and everything. I've heard that she wanted these to be a more subtle like not as dramatic and blinding your face highlighter. Kind of disappointed just because it's definitely not like the swatches of her Snapchat swatches. I keep mentioning that because that's my initial reaction, because that's how she was advertising them. Like, oh, they're so pigmented, they're so soft, etc, etc. So the first three I would say were a little drier in like formulation, if that makes sense. Like they weren't as easy to get the color payoff, and they weren't as soft. I think the softest one would have to be, let's see, French Vanilla and what is this one? Salted Caramel. So these ones are the softest ones that I've tried. They are a little bit more creamy, not as drying, but I mean, they still look really pretty on, but it really depends. Like the really blinding highlights, bright, very pigmented highlights are very in right now. So if you're into that, I wouldn't even give these a try, just because it's kind of like a waste of money and you have to purchase a certain amount in order for you to get free shipping, especially if you live internationally. I know that international shipping is really expensive, and it's kind of disappointing if she's like advertising very dramatic and in-your-face highlighters and then this is what you get when you get them. Like, it's kind of sad. So I'm going to try French Vanilla, and I'll mix it in with a little bit of Salted Caramel. So these are the two shades that I'll be putting on my face. I don't have any highlighter on. I might be a little oily just because it's been a couple hours since I did my makeup. I'm going to use my fingers for French Vanilla, and I'm going to apply that on my nose. Okay, so this is French Vanilla. Like, that is a lot more pigmented than, like, obviously finger swatches are going to be the most pigmented. I'm just going to blend this out a little bit more. I'm definitely really liking French Vanilla though. This is the Morphe E28. And I'm going to use this to do an inner corner highlight. I don't know if you can see, but that's French Vanilla on my nose, Cupid's bow, an inner corner highlight. And now I'm going to mix Salted Caramel and French Vanilla on my face. And I'm going to be using the Dose of Color setting brush. So it's like kind of like a pointed brush. So I'm tapping it. And then I'm tapping this. And I'm going to highlight. Let's see. So I am reapplying this a couple times, but this is about like 2 to 3 applications. It looks like this. It looks kind of like blinding, like it's reflective kind of in my camera, so which is good. Definitely it's like more subtle than my other highlighters, like my Becca highlighters, my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters. Those are really like blinding, like in your face kind of highlighters, and they're super reflective. These are okay. They're not as reflective as I thought they would be, but they're not bad per se. I was just expecting it to be very, very reflective. Like, I don't know, like that's just what my initial thought was. They're blending out really nice though. Let's see. They're not like going into my fine lines or like my pores or anything. And it's really easy to blend out. Okay, so I haven't reapplied any more layers, but I just want to show you because I was looking on her Instagram, her Kylie Cosmetics Instagram. So these are how the swatches looked when she swatched them. Very like pigmented, so I'm not quite sure how many like swatches and reapplications she might have done, and these are the ones that are on my arms right now. I'm not sure if you can quite tell, but like obviously I'm not getting the same payoff. And then there's someone else that she reposted that did swatches. So these are my swatches, like you can see. I'll do better swatches, I'll put in some clips. But these are the ones that are on my arms, and then this is the one that another beauty blogger or someone that had purchased her highlighters swatched, which is kind of the same as mine. Oops, sorry. Kind of the same as my swatches, like the deeper toned highlighters do show up, but the lighter ones aren't showing up as much. Mine don't show up as much as hers though, so I don't know if they were just made different times, or I'm not quite sure like what happened there, because mine just like no matter how many layers I reapplied to my swatch, nothing was showing up as well as I wanted it to. So I don't know, but I'm really liking the salted caramel and French vanilla highlighters though. Those worked best and swatched the best for me, besides salted chocolate cherry, because this is a deeper tone highlighter and that really showed up on my skin tone. As you can see, it's right here. Like these three are the ones that showed up the best. The other ones are kind of like mediocre, but they're still not bad. They were still soft, the first three, but they were kind of like dry and like when I first like put my finger on it, so it was harder to swatch obviously. So. But I do like, sorry, I don't remember the name. Salted caramel and French vanilla are the ones I like the most, and they're the ones on my face right now. Really like it. It's really good, and it does have a little reflectiveness depending on how many applications you're going to reapply on your face. Obviously, if you apply one layer, it's not going to be like bam in your face, so you have to like kind of reapply it a little. I know for like the Becca highlighters and the Anastasia Beverly Hills, you don't really have to like reapply them, because upon application it's still like dramatic and just amazing. So that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions review and kind of like swatches. I would just say that these first three I'm definitely not a fan of as of right now. Like I'll have to play with them a little bit more because that's my first impressions, but I do find these three, chocolate cherry, French vanilla, and salted caramel, very pigmented. A lot more pigmented than the first three. I know they're light, but I don't think that, I mean like they could be better, you know? For $22 and how much it cost to ship and everything and how long it took. Like recently when I've been ordering from Kylie Cosmetics, all my orders take about a week to ship out. And I live in California, so it shouldn't take that long. Like I've read tweets and everything for her second launch that stuff was getting sent out already, like less than 24 hours, and they bought it, which I think is kind of like annoying, because it shouldn't take a week for my order to ship out. No matter how like busy you are, like how many orders you're getting in, like you should be prepared for that, because you're already a big company and people know about the company and people are wanting these products. So I just don't think I should have been left with a week and waiting for my order to actually ship out, you know? So like, because she's constantly like posting and saying, oh, like next launch coming out, like you should be also focusing on sending out your products to your consumers who have purchased them. Like I'm just not up for it, because when I first ordered from Kylie Cosmetics, it truly didn't take about a week for it to get here. I mean, it truly didn't take about a week for it to actually ship out. And then to get to me, like a week and a couple days is what it took for it to come. So like I know you have to keep your brand like updated and like constantly posting and like coming out with new product and like launching again, but like also I feel that you need to fulfill the orders that have already been like, you know, paid for. So like it just doesn't make sense to me, and it kind of is annoying, and I know some people also feel the same about that, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, these are the 3 that I like. They're the 3 that performed the best in the swatches, and I just like these 2, what is it, salted caramel and French vanilla. They blended really easily and they show up on my skin. Like I said, I'm really pale right now, so yeah. And they were the softest. The 3 were the softest to the touch, and it doesn't feel drying at all. It didn't like make my makeup or move my makeup or anything. Like it still looks really nice. Yeah, I have no complaints about these 3. I really like them. But these 3, banana split, strawberry shortcake, and cotton candy cream, are a little right now. I almost dropped them. I will keep you updated on these to see how I like them later on when I like continuously try these on. But like I said, this is my first impression, so these are my like first thoughts that I get when I first get them. Like I just feel like, oh, my hair. I just feel like everything should be cohesive, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it just kind of upsets me that these 3 were a little drier than the other 3 because I waited so long to like try these. And yeah, it's just my opinion. So these 3 I like, and these 3 I'm kind of about. These are about like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 for me. And these are about like a 4 or 5 out of 10 for me right now. But like I said, I'll have to keep playing with them to see how my final thoughts are. I will update you, and maybe some of them will end up in my favorites video. Like, I'll just have to see. I'll continue testing these out, and I'll like update you guys in videos, or go ahead and ask me in the comments, like, and I'll reply to you. I always reply to my comments. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.